DZRJ 810 AM, the voice of the Philippines, proudly brings you Equal Justice. Find out the hottest legal issues of the week and hear the analysis. And now, here are your hosts, Attorney Ador Tolentino.
We're making account of what transpires.
Attorney Paul Sangalan.
Your concern.
And Attorney June Quicho.
Right. Of the country. And many tourist Hey, good afternoon, Philippines, and Merry Christmas to everyone. It's the season to be jolly, so I hope we'll be observing that kind of mood in the next few days, especially on Christmas Day. Of course, it's Attorney Ador Tolentino, and with me in the studio are my co-hosts,
Attorney June Quicho.
And Attorney Bodie Pulido.
Welcome back, Attorney Bodie.
Yeah, it's good to be back. It's good to be back.
We miss you for almost a year.
Almost a year.
Yes.
Busy doing other more interesting things.
Yes.
Nothing is more interesting than this show.
Of course. And this is always number one in your list. Equal justice. I think we were caught unaware for a while. Well, we were busy discussing about CCTVs. And speaking of CCTV,
very clear.
Yeah.
CCTV.
Because one thing I know that CCTV really is being used,
Yeah.
and it is not
Very
just
clear.
Yes.
the resolution is not clear, even at night time. You know their CCTV. This is what they call, it has really, it's like a night vision.
Yes.
Yeah. It's clear at night. It's as if there's a light, focus on the subject being videoed or taped. And I'm speaking about.
I have to say, I love the transition.
That's
That's a very smooth transition right there.
We're talking about that.
That's broadcasting technique.
That's Maria's incident 2 nights ago. Was it 2 nights ago?
Yeah.
Yes, 2 nights ago. Yeah. I think it happened 2 days ago.
It happened, they said it happened
Thursday
November
night.
30. November 30. And then it
So
was,
that's not really a fresh story.
no, it's not. It happened November 30. And then
I checked the video, but I
somebody-
didn't see the date actually
The date,
of the
yes.
footage.
Yes.
So it's November.
it happened in November 30.
Why the timing?
And then they settled it amongst themselves.
Oh, but then
But then there were very disgruntled members of the Homeowners Association.
that's
And
my
allegedly, of course, the Binay camp.
yes.
And we have to say the name because they're the people
Oh,
involved.
yeah.
And besides, everybody knows.
You just look
It's
for
so
those.
fair.
This is one of the most popular video
Trending topics right now.
topic in
Definitely,
YouTube
definitely.
right now. Okay, so there's no denying that the name will come out.
So according to the Binay camp, it was leaked, malicious leak. That's what they say because it was already settled.
After there was already a settlement
amongst the
between
parties
their side and
involved.
the DVA or the Tasmariñas Village Homeowners Association.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the story goes that the cars,
Four car and
Four SUVs.
Yeah, this is a
four
four
SUVs were trying to get through.
convoy. They were
Get through
trying
the
to get
Banyan
through
Gate.
the Banyan Gate, and that's where I think you would come from inside the
Very posh Dasmariñas village.
the poshest
Very posh.
village in the country, and Forbes Park.
Yes.
Okay, and
And they were stopped by the.
they were stopped by the two guards manning that gate.
Yeah, because
And
the
kudos
guards
to them
said-
for doing their job.
Yeah, because the guard said that they could not.
They could not allow them through because there's no sticker, of course.
Was it because the,
I don't know,
was
it's
a-
just,
but because
the
I think
time.
there was a curfew.
Yeah, the
Curfew already.
yeah.
Okay, so they cannot open the gate for them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And so.
What time was it?
I think it was past 10 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
And according to the rules of the village, at 10 p.m. that gate is considered closed. You can't exit anymore.
Yes, yes.
Instead, they encourage everybody, they instruct
To use-
everybody
to use the
a
main-
different gate,
Yeah,
which is
maybe
only 150 meters.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's the one that goes out directly to Pasay Road. That's the.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
open
so,
gate.
yeah, okay. So at 10 p.m. there's no traffic anymore. I mean, on a
Yeah,
February
practically
30,
even
probably
McKinley and Ayala and
Yeah.
Edsa,
would be.
10 o'clock, there's
Yeah.
not much traffic.
And that was November 30, so it
Yeah,
wasn't still
so somebody
Christmas
there was
craze.
just
Yeah.
somebody there
It was
just
a
wanted
holiday.
to
Oh, yeah.
throw his weight
Exactly,
around.
it was a holiday.
Yeah, I was saying somebody there
Somebody
was just
Who said somebody?
I guess that's the point, and that's where the arguments. It was funny because I was listening to a live interview of Joey Salgado, who is the spokesman for Makati Mayor Junjun Binay.
Yes.
And he was saying, I'm not sure if Joey Salgado is a lawyer, but he was saying that as chief executive officer, the local chief executive of the city of Makati, Mayor Junjun Binay had every right to go through that gate. Of course, after
Because he's the
talking about
mayor.
because he's the mayor.
He's a
And I have to respectfully disagree. Remember, Dasmariñas Village is private property.
Yeah,
Mm.
It's
yeah.
private property. In fact, even the Philippine National Police or any other government agency, before they can enter that place, they have to have the proper authorization to do so.
Yes.
So if you are within private property, you have to follow the rules and the regulations imposed by the owner of the private property.
Right.
Otherwise, you are asked to
Because
leave.
it's a private property
Yeah.
and you have the right to, to be secure in your own property.
Now, if there was a clear and present reason for the mayor to go through, let's say there's a calamity,
Yes,
then
There's
definitely,
an emergency or something.
definitely he can go through.
Some life or death situation.
Situation.
What's the
Exactly.
name? There was none.
Definitely none.
No,
But
he
I found
He wanted to party.
it's a matter of life and death.
At the Ambassador's Lane? At the Ambassador's Lane inside the
So?
Tasmania's village?
Your matter of life and death is different from the matter of life and death of a
Of a
mayor.
Who wants to party?
Well, I guess for me,
Speaking of very Makati.
one of the painful things about this is that the other gate was so near.
Yeah, they could just turn around and,
Yeah, that's why I was saying somebody was just
If-
wanted to throw his weight around.
It's not very clear indeed what was the purpose of the convoy of Mayor Junjun,
Yes.
wanted to do inside. Did they just want to pass through?
Oh, they were leaving, I think. If I'm not mistaken, they were
Ah, they
leaving.
were-
the
they were
city.
leaving.
Yeah, okay.
They were
So
leaving.
I think, yeah, I now recall.
So they were
I think
going out.
they
They
came
were going
from-
out
they were
of
going-
Tasmania's
Yeah.
Banyan.
Yes, I think they came
gate.
from a party. I think they came from a party inside the village, and as they were going out,
Okay.
they were.
Are you sure the
convoy-
Banyan? Yeah, the Banyan should be there at the forest
And
area.
if you for me, if you watch the video,
Yeah.
I think the reason why a lot of people were very upset about it was because one Joey Salgado claims that the mayor went down from his car because they were surrounded by the security
Right.
officers of the village.
Right.
But there were only two of them.
Yes,
I would
And if you watch the video, the guards stayed within
Within
their
their-
position,
exactly.
their area,
Shed.
the shed.
Within
The whole
shed.
time.
O bakit, di ba ganun yung pelikula Pilipino? Sumuko ka na!
Na.
Napakalikiran kita!
Tapos mag-isa lang.
Then I think,
Ini-echo lang.
then I think, a Makati police contingent
And that
came.
for me, that was the second painful part about
Yeah,
the video.
the
Because
Makati police contingent came.
if you watch the
And
video,
they invited, quote unquote.
oh yeah, that's the next subtopic.
Yeah.
That's why when I was reading the news article, it says Mayor Binay apprehends the police security for doing their job.
Maybe you wanted to commend them.
Kaya parang mistake of Quezon City, when he was apprehended by mistake was beat the red light.
Yeah.
But he was a new mayor.
I was already the mayor.
Yes, he was already the mayor. I think he was fresh from his re-election.
Mhm.
And then he beat the red light and he was apprehended by a traffic policeman. The traffic policeman did not recognize him.
Mm.
So
Who's this guy?
mistake.
Mistake.
Mayor Bautista.
Okay.
And
What did he do?
He told the policeman, go to my office the following day. Report to my office the following day. And the policeman, out of fear, could not show him his face in Bistek's office.
Right.
And what he didn't know was that Bistek was about to promote him
For doing his job.
For doing his
So
job.
he didn't go there.
Yeah, he didn't go there.
So there was no promotion.
Well, what happened was during the flag ceremony,
It was
Bistek
announced.
announced it, yes, and
that's
he
nice.
gave him a prize money, some sort of
No longer promotion.
Well, because
he
the
didn't show
promotion,
up.
that's the promotion.
I don't choose the promotion, it's longer. I'm supposed to prize
It's a prize
money.
money. You can just
It's short term.
You can just spend it at
He got the
Air Force
promotion
One.
and the prize money.
And that's it.
But that's the what you call that? That's the reverse of the Dasmariñas incident where
Yeah, where another mayor is involved.
yeah.
I just wanted to emphasize something if you watch the video. And why, for me, it was whatever excuses some of the people involved make. Why it's very painful to watch. Why it's very stressful, disappointing to watch. Because if you watch the video, Mayor Junior Binay goes down from his car, gets his phone,
Pinayungan pa.
pinayungan pa, and which until now is a mystery to me. And then
Baka maambon that time.
he calls somebody.
Uh-huh.
And then they essentially wait. And if you watch the video, 7 minutes lapse
Yes.
before the police arrive. 7 minutes.
And
Now,
it
if
was
you've been
150
inside,
meters away from the other gate.
exactly, if you've been inside Dasmariñas village and this happens to you,
Uh-huh.
if this ever happened to you, it only takes 2 minutes
Yes.
to get to the other gate.
That's true.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
Remember in Dasma, there's virtually no cars at that time.
Maybe
That's the part that I find upsetting.
maybe fried chicken, quote unquote,
Yes.
except in here. Yeah, a lot of our politicians should learn from that.
Yeah.
An act of kindness actually will not diminish your power.
Precisely.
You are already powerful. Do not flex it.
Not only that. when
Maybe
we
they
say-
should use their power against crime, against bad elements, but
Yeah.
not against
Yeah.
only people who are just doing their job properly and
And sometimes
faithfully.
even these lowly people actually make mistakes
Yeah.
in doing their job. And when you're a powerful person, you're supposed to be more forgiving,
Exactly.
understanding. Yes, more
That's
understanding.
why being magnanimous in victory.
Yes.
And when we talk about power, this is something I want to drum inside the heads of public officials. That power that we're talking about, that's not his or her power.
Yes.
Mm.
That's
The power of the office.
it's the power of the
It's
office.
actually just a privilege.
It's
I mean, we all know that public
And the power is important.
being in the public service actually, it's just a privilege on your part
Yeah, and
because
the power
you
is-
offered yourself to be of service.
Yes.
Yes.
That power is important because you really have to curb crime.
Right.
You have to
Deliver
ensure that-
services.
Yes, deliver services. And that's where you use the power.
Exactly, and not
That's why
against
you insist on
lowly,
your
not
power.
against lowly security
Yeah.
guards.
Kasi
That
kung
said-
mabababaw to
We're probably tired, and they've been
Yeah.
there for several hours.
Alright, that said, kasi nagwawala na yung ating... that said, we will pause for a very short break again, this time for BBC News. And when we come back, we talk about another attempted ambush. Try to impress on our listeners that we have on board our comebacking host of the show, one of the original hosts of Equal Justice when we were still using the name Universal Access to Justice. That's Attorney Body Pulido. Okay? Pare, tatakbo ka pa ba uli?
Ayoko na. Kabluwi!
Anyway, of course, we know that Attorney Pulido tried his luck in public service, but ayaw nila ng pogi, kaya...
I wanted to go into public service, but public service didn't want me.
Gusto nila medyo dehis kapugihan. Anyways, speaking about airports,
Yes, somebody
Good transition.
somebody came from the airport
Good transition.
because he was delayed.
Yeah,
his
he was-
flight,
well,
his flight was delayed
Yeah.
from Iloilo.
Yeah.
And
He's a lawyer.
Yeah, he's a lawyer like us.
Uh-huh.
Okay, but he doesn't look like us.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
And he's also a photographer.
he claims that he came from a wedding
Coverage.
because he's also a photography expert, enthusiast. Okay?
Yes.
He actually, captures beautiful
Good
shots.
pictures,
Yeah,
yes.
good pictures, beautiful.
And you're talking about...
I'm talking about, of course, Attorney Fortune. Okay.
Yes.
We don't know him personally. I don't know if you guys know him personally.
I know Tommy. His brother.
I only saw him in law school, but no talk. We are not talking friends.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw him because he's upper year.
Yeah. But he's a brother in profession.
Yeah, he's a brother in profession, and let us say he has done good lawyering.
Right?
Yeah.
He's done the profession proud.
Yeah,
actually.
I believe the profession, legal profession, cannot, fault him to.
Yes. That's what he does is really the work of a lawyer.
Exactly.
A lawyer.
Whether you're for a popular or unpopular, position,
It's part of it.
you just show you're being a good advocate.
Yes. That's actually part of the glory and the perils of this profession.
Exactly, and we swore, to
Defend
uphold,
the
defend,
right.
Defend
the
the
rights
rights
of our clients,
Yeah.
when we took our oath as lawyers, and
Yes.
we know that by heart.
Yes.
Now, that incident that happened again 2 days ago, okay,
Yes.
and that's a very early morning where his wife alighted from
His wife,
who came from
Cavite.
Okay,
Yes.
so that's very early in the morning.
was suddenly shot.
Yeah, as she alighted from the car in front of their house,
Yes.
okay, she was immediately shot
Yes.
from the back. I think
Yeah.
the bullet entered at the back of her neck.
Yes.
So at the nape
Yeah.
area, and it exited through the right cheek.
Yes.
And
Must have been very painful.
and the bullet
Yeah.
missed by millimeters only.
Yes.
Okay, a few millimeters,
Yes.
major arteries that
Yes.
could have, if hit,
It could have been fatal.
Yes, could have been fatal.
But luckily for her, God bless her.
Right? God bless her. I mean,
Yes.
God must have appreciated the fact
Yeah.
that she just came from
survived, yeah.
from a Simbang Gabi,
Yes.
and
She survived, and fortunately for Attorney Fortune, he wasn't there.
yeah,
Yeah, because he was very sure.
yeah, he was actually
He
saying
was-
that it
he was
could
a
be
target
related
of
to his job as a lawyer.
Yes.
And what's the best way to scare you or to hurt you than to inflict harm on your loved ones?
But he was saying that he must have been the target. It's just that
Yes.
the assassin was not like, well, you call it the assassin. It's not
Yeah.
an assassination because it's a
It's a hired killer.
Yeah, it's a
Again,
killer.
this is a riding in tandem thing again.
Yes.
Again,
Yes.
writing time.
Yeah. So the question that you're asking for is, can we
Given the state of
Can
these
we
killings,
prohibit?
where the scheme of the perpetrators, whether hired or they are the ones really who have the intention to do it,
Mhm.
that's the riding in tandem thing, right? Riding in tandem for couples, they should use what's this, the side wheels?
The training wheels.
Training wheels.
Or maybe, I guess the lowest threshold would be to create a presumption.
Mhm.
Yeah. That when you are riding in tandem,
And then you're both male.
You become
and
suspect.
So on.
And you both
suspect for what?
You're under lovers.
That's the presumption.
If you're both male and you are riding in tandem,
The presumption is, where are you going? Short time.
I'm pretty sure the first group that will act will be the LPT.
What are you guys talking about?
Very crazy. This is Christmas.
Okay, going back to that Skyway thing, okay?
Yeah.
But before that, I'd just like to greet our video streaming listeners and watchers, of course, from the Rotary group, you know, we have our
When
friend.
they don't listen to radio, they watch.
Yeah, they watch because they don't like to open their AM radio. They just love to watch through the internet.
Yeah.
Okay? That's Patrick Justin of the Rotary Club of Parañaque, Muntinlupa. Yeah, that's.
Thank you for watching, sir.
Yes, he's watching. He actually posted here in my Facebook page that he is
CCTV.
watching us via live streaming. And also, a good friend of mine from Malaysia has posted on my Facebook that he's following. Okay, he's following our show right now, and that's Kamarul. Hey, bro.
Thank you for
How are
watching,
you
sir.
there in Kuala Lumpur? Okay. I hope you're enjoying the show. Next time we will post already our last 5 or 6 episodes, starting last week of October, right? Okay, because we already have our technical guy, and we will post via YouTube and through our Facebook page all past episodes of our show. So
Be
those
sure
of
to
you
catch
who-
that, yes.
Yeah, those of you who missed listening to our topics and watching us live, you can still catch us up through the Facebook postings pretty soon. Okay, before the year is over, we will post all our past episodes.
Sikat na talaga.
Oh yeah. Anyway, so going back to that bus flying off the skyway. At that time that incident happened, it was actually a drizzling morning.
Mhm.
There was an early morning drizzle.
Yeah.
So that's actually the moment when the pavement is most treacherous.
Yes.
When drizzle, you know, settles down and it does not clear the sludge on the pavement.
Yeah.
That causes the
Yeah,
phenomenon
so-
they call hydroplaning.
Exactly.
Yes.
And relatively, the pavement's still hot, so it emits all this
Yeah, there's-
gaseous elements.
Mhm.
So the traction, therefore, okay, is not at its most optimum
Yes.
level.
In other words, there is tendency to be slippery.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
And especially-
and the wheel will just glide.
Yeah, and especially because, in fact, it was found out that the wheels.
The wheels
Yes.
have
yeah.
they
They're
have
worn down.
Yeah, worn already.
Yes.
No more grid lines or whatever. So
Yes.
what do you expect?
Yeah.
Overspeeding bus.
Yes.
Slippery
Yeah.
pavement.
Ill-maintained vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sleepy.
Sleep-
Tired.
sleepy and tired,
bus driver.
God knows if he was
Yeah.
under some
Influence.
influence,
Yeah.
because it was established that
That these
these
bus
driver-
drivers
yeah.
are actually made suffer to drive for like
18
19 hours,
18 hours, because he went home at past 12
Yes.
midnight and has to get up again at 3 o'clock in the
Yes.
morning.
To
That's
drive,
actually-
to drive long haul. Huh?
Exactly.
It's actually one of one of our advocacies before several years ago, when we wanted. But in my experience, we were trying to apply it to the jeepney community.
Mhm.
We wanted to remove the boundary system.
Mhm.
And part of the reason why these drivers are so overworked, exhausted,
Yes.
why they're in such a hurry all the time, why they're so willing to
To
forget about traffic rules
Yes.
and violate them, it's because they're working on a boundary system.
That's
and,
right. That's right.
Boundary
Which is also
system.
the same thing as bus drivers. They
Exactly.
work.
Are they? They're
Yes,
Yes, most of
17
them, yeah,
I
most
think
of them.
I heard it's 17,500 per day. They
per-
have to
yeah,
they have to
20 hours.
they have to earn that as their boundary before they can start, you know, cashing in for themselves.
Mhm.
And logically, what they're going to do is they're not going to rest. You know,
Exactly.
they need to
They'll
recoup.
just
And
maximize,
then
optimize
earn,
the,
exactly.
you know,
And they're going to go fast. They're going to violate all these
That's
rules.
why this is a sure formula for undisciplined driving.
Driving,
of
for
bus
reckless
drivers.
driving.
Yes.
Even
Yeah.
in the bus stops areas, you can't really expect, you know, disciplined drivers to just line, one after the other,
Yeah.
so that they can clear the road. What they do is they overtake
Yeah.
who's
Agawan.
yeah.
Mm.
So they actually use more than the allotted number of lanes for buses.
Actually,
Causing
what's
further
really
traffic.
good about this, well, of course, there's nothing good about an accident, but what is really useful
Maybe,
about this incident?
The
is
moral,
that-
the moral
yes,
from this.
It actually shows us that this accident, no, this mishap, road mishap, has actually a what you call that, a labor
Implication.
a labor law aspect to it.
Yes.
You know.
This is not the very first time that a bus fell off. Okay?
Oh
This
yeah,
highway.
it's not.
Okay. There's one, in previous years,
Yeah.
but the extent of death resulting
Yes.
from this incident
18.
is unfathomable.
Yes.
Just 18 deaths and
Imagine-
how many injured?
It
How
fell
many-
onto a
Yes.
unsuspecting
Yes.
van. And there are people
And
inside that van.
There are people. I thought there was only one driver in that van.
In that van, I
Yeah.
don't know.
It's a closed
I
van.
don't remember.
I
It's a
think.
white one.
Yes. I think the driver saw the bus
Coming.
falling. Yeah, on his own back, but he couldn't do anything because there was a vehicle right in front of him.
Oh my God.
That was a bit terrific.
And you know what? From where it fell, it fell off this highway area. You can just recreate how fast that bus was, because it flew so high and so far from the
Yeah. It actually flew
From
off
the skyway.
The skyway.
Yeah.
Which is, oh my God.
It could be like at the very least 20 meters
Uh-huh.
from the
Wow.
yeah.
That's a long way.
From the
That's a long
skyways, what's this?
Railings.
Side railings.
Yeah. Well, one of the funny things that I came across, and this is one of the things that I wanted to bring up. This is where leadership and political will is so important.
Yeah.
We were talking about changing policy in order to make these remove the boundary system,
Yes.
make them regular employees, and maybe that would help make bus drivers more disciplined drivers. And,
Because they don't have to. They don't have that extra motivation.
Yeah.
To
To
really
drive
race,
safely.
to really race with other drivers of other bus companies.
Yes.
And there are,
And try to outdrive each other. There's no more such encouragement.
from a policy shift. There are some things that the government could have done a long time ago to prevent this.
Of course.
It would, for one, remove the boundary system.
Yes.
Another one is to make bus operators and owners directly liable for all these things. Direct liability.
Yes, not just
Not
subsidiarily,
just subsidiary.
subsidiarily liable.
But,
because that's what the law says right now.
You'll notice that the bus owners and the operators, they are very powerful lobby in
Yes.
this country. They're
Well,
powerful
what do
lobby.
you expect? Retired military,
Most of them.
with retired generals owning bus companies. What do you expect?
And I remember it was
And what
funny
was
because-
given as penalty, immediate penalty for this bus company? 1 month suspension.
Yeah. And to think that there are pala 5 bus companies under the name of this.
The
family.
owner, the owner of Don Mariano.
Yes.
Yeah. 5 bus companies.
Yeah.
Wow.
And all of these are I don't want to.
Notorious.
Yeah, exactly. That is the precise word I was looking for, because
Right.
they've all been injured in a lot of accidents.
The operators.
Yeah.
Despite the Yolanda,
Right.
despite this bus thinking that it's
Or the
in the Harry Potter
earthquake.
also, despite the earthquake, despite all this violence,
And
this
the
incident of
Napoles.
violence, yes, and despite the Napoles thing, tuloy ang Pasko.
Yes.
Let us see this Christmas as a season of hope, and therefore it is a reason for us to look forward to 2014 with greater hope that we can do better as a nation and as individuals.
Yes.
Yeah.
Merry
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Tommy
Christmas.
Cody.
Well, I agree essentially with the message of Attorney June. This country and our countrymen have been through so much. A lot. Within the space of several weeks, we had several major incidents that would have brought other people to their knees.
Yeah. Both man-made and
both man-made
natural.
and natural.
Coincidentally, we won Miss International.
Is that man-made or is that natural?
That's man-made.
Exactly what are we referring to? Congratulations to what are we referring to?
Miss International 2013.
Ang bawi naman tayo. No?
Oh, yeah.
And you'll notice how
Ano
the
naman si
character,
Pacquiao?
the character of the Filipino.
Yes.
We won a beauty pageant.
Yeah.
We won a boxing match.
Yeah.
And it's as if everything is okay.
Yes.
Mababaw tayo.
Number 7 na tayo sa SEA Games.
Oh yeah, okay. You know, I really wanted to give time also to our dismal performance at the SEA Games, which I think is about to conclude in
Myanmar.
Myanmar. We will talk about that next Saturday. Okay?
Anyway, si Poji pa.
Oh, yes. And we should invite our friend, one of the original hosts of Equal Justice, Attorney Akil Tamano, to discuss about sports.
Who is just presently a commissioner of the Games and
commissioner
Amusement
of
Board.
GAB, or Games and Amusement Board. Not that he is directly related to the development of sports.
Happy New Year.
Yes, yes.